Apparently, there is a section of the population that is very against some people getting or trying to get early copies or codes of games. It really rubs them the wrong way, mostly out of jealousy, naturally. I mean, I'm in a position where that could realistically happen to me with some titles, and people are over here acting like I wouldn't have earned that shit. Excuse me? Which one of us is subscribed to the other because that person makes grade A content for the amusement of the masses and could use early access to a game to bring more quality experiences to them sooner? I believe I'm the subscribee, and you would benefit almost as much as I would secondhand. If you can get something early, get it. Why would you want to wait around for no reason, and why would people want you to wait around for no reason? There's always the, oh, you've waited this long, you can wait longer. I could, but why would I want to, and why should I? And that perspective is a piss-off because it's such a desolate, run-down, and depressed point of view. Like, if you were in a stable and you slipped and fell in some horse shit, would you scramble and get up immediately like a normal person, or would you just stew in it and be like, well, I've been laying here this long, I can do it a bit longer? That's fucking insane. Here's another analogy because you deserve it. People have been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3, for instance, for like 15 years, right? Let's say that next week you get in some kind of car accident and are paralyzed from the waist down. Flash forward to 2033, and you've been in a wheelchair for a decade and a half. Then you hear about a new experimental procedure coming out that can fix your legs. Actually fix them. No prosthetics. They can heal your legs to working order perfectly with no side effects. Something you didn't expect to come out in that span of time, but did anyway and revitalized your hope. Now let's say before they roll the surgery out to the general public, they announce a lottery that selects a few random patients to give it to first. Are you supposed to just be like, I've been paralyzed this long, might as well wait until it comes out for everyone? No! You jump on that shit. Anyone would jump on that shit. It is the same exact deal with video games. Oh, that's a pretty extreme metaphor, isn't it, Albino? Dude, metaphors are metaphors. If I didn't give different examples, I'd just be saying the initial shit twice. You can't compare video games to being paralyzed. Yes, I can, and I did. Are they the same? No. Would it be a metaphor if they were the same? No. It would just be a redundant statement. That is how metaphors work. Deal with them. Waiting for a game to release is like waiting for your girlfriend to climax so you can finally do it too without getting a look of disappointment in return. So if they start making O faces early, go ahead and take that window. If you finish first, you're an asshole, unless they have something sexually wrong with them due to past trauma, in which case they don't want to be there too long anyway, and you can consider it a favor. Also, get out of that relationship, because if you can't make a girl happy, you can't make a girl happy. Know what I'm saying? Basically what I'm saying is getting a game early is like being extra good at sex, so naturally I want to be on that list. Speaking of sex, we can redress the myth that all gamers are virgins now, right? I feel like that sentiment has backed off in recent years, but every once in a while I still hear it referenced in an uninformed joke or two, and it's like, have you met a gamer girl? They put out. I have seen it in the wild and can confirm that girls who play video games like handling other joysticks too. Or if they're lesbian, X isn't the only box they play with. More like a Nintendo 69, a dime. Someone's probably used that before, but I came up with it independently, so I'm off the hook. Now that doesn't mean that the guy you think of when you think stereotypical virgin gamer is out getting laid all night. I mean, these girls still have standards, they're just more willing to compromise over shared interests, which benefits me greatly. It just means there's less of that guy out in the world, because as video games have become so much more mainstream and modern, and introduced early in more children's development thanks to a dwindling stigma, people have learned far more from them, because that's the other thing. Video games as teaching tools have improved dramatically, and I don't mean like hacky educational kids games. I mean modern games tackling real issues, going much further in depth with human interaction, relationship building, stories that feature strong life lessons that aren't in your face. We take that in and it informs us and gives us foundations to build upon so we can talk to girls easier, empathize, grasp otherwise foreign situations, because those games were made by teams of people who have talked to girls, empathized, and grasped otherwise foreign situations, and it translates and passes down to us. Video games are becoming like folklore and campfire stories that travel through generations, imparting wisdom and perspective, and we're on the ground floor of it, so it's easier to get that dick wet. Girls who play games really are a national treasure, though, provided they don't just stick to one singular franchise their whole lives. I've messaged girls like on dating sites and stuff that mention games, and I'm like, oh, what are your favorites? Which is a basic but necessary question. And they've written back, Kingdom Hearts, I'm like, did you press send by accident, or is that really fucking it? I have met girls with singular preferences like that, and they have no desire to branch out. It's like if you're a major sports fan and you meet a girl that's like, I watch the Super Bowl and that's it. Sure, you can talk about the Super Bowl, but what are you supposed to do the other 364 days a year? I'd honestly rather they didn't play any games, just within the confines of like a relationship, so I wouldn't be constantly thinking about it. Otherwise, you watch someone with their foot in the door and you're on the other side like, get in here already, what are you waiting for? But they just stand there. If you're a girl, or anyone I guess, whose credits as a player of video games stop on line 1, take the plunge. Branch out. Maybe you're comfortable with your 1 or 2 things, but there's so many things, and I guarantee some of them are to your liking. Ask around. Watch some old gameplay footage on YouTube. Your toes in the water, it's time to submerge that fucker. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.